So Diana Taurasi came out the other day and had something really awesome to say about Caitlin Clark after the game between the Mercury and Fever. And I really like this because Caitlin Clark is one of the most loved and most hated players right now. It reminds me of LeBron James when he came to the league, dubbed as the chosen one. People loved him and hated him. He's a very polarized figure. So Caitlin Clark gives me that same impression where people love Caitlin, people hate Caitlin. But I love what Diana Taurasi had to say about her. I'm going to read the quote to you. And here's what she had to say. She says, it's amazing what Caitlin's been able to do in her short career so far. The one thing that I really love about her, she loves the game. You can tell she pushed the work in. It's been a lot of pressure, a lot of things thrown at her. And she keeps showing up and keeps getting better every single game. So her future is super bright. And being a veteran and being in this league for a long, long time, it is pretty cool to see that and go into the future. She also said that that's a team that for the last couple of years has been trying to get back to the glory days of Tamika Catchings and putting up a banner. I think what Clark is doing for that team right now is pretty impressive. Now, if you don't know a lot about Diana Taurasi, I remember watching her at UConn. They won 3 straight titles in a row. She has won 3 titles with the same team, the Phoenix Mercury. She's won, her WNBA Finals MVP. She's the all-time leading scorer in the WNBA. I think this is really good for the league itself because if you're going to pass the torch, why not have a vet like Diana Taurasi, who's going to be a Hall of Famer, pass that to her? Because it helps Caitlin's brand, even with all the haters, even with all the naysayers out there, even with the WNBA players who have some type of hatred towards her. I don't get it because you need to make your league better. And if she's going to be the face, let her be the face of the league so you can get more people paying attention to your league. It's really that simple. I don't know why some of these women don't get that. But again, shout out to Diana Taurasi for just being just a great sport, being somebody who is an example for all the women out there who look up to her in the WNBA. You might want to take some notes because this is how the game should be played and how these women should go about their business. And I just like this because, again, you want somebody like Diana Taurasi speaking positively about Caitlin Clark. And as the league shifts towards Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, who are, in my opinion, the future of this league, you really need the vets praising them, pointing out that, hey, these young women are growing and they are only going to get better. They're handling things the right way. You need that type of positivity because the WNBA has a lot of eyes on it right now. There's a lot of people paying attention. They want to see how they're going to move, how they're going to handle all this media. Because if they mess up, well, guess what? The league might not make it. And they rely on the NBA to make their money. So it's very important right now in this era of the WNBA that they praise Caitlin, they praise Angel. Obviously, you can criticize. There's nothing wrong with that. I think you should criticize when they're not playing well. I think that's important. But you also need your older people like Diana Taurasi, giving them credit when credit is due, also not hating on them, and not having this unnecessary drama. Because a lot of that going on. We don't need that. We need Angel Reese to get better. We need Caitlin Clark to get better. Because if you want this league to grow, you need faces in the league. That's been the biggest problem with the WNBA, is that after college with Diana Taurasi, I never watched her again. I knew about Lisa Leslie, but that's really Kansas Parker as well. I don't forget about her. But when Kansas Parker went to the league, I stopped watching. They have the stars in college, but they don't do a good job of marketing them when they get to the league. So it's important that you have Diana Taurasi coming out and just giving her credit. I think she's a phenomenal basketball player. Again, I remember watching her at Connecticut. I'm like, this team is really good, and she's fantastic. So, yeah, we'll see how this continues for Caitlin's career. I think it's a good sign. Hopefully more older women are paying attention to what she says and take, some notes from that. And we won't see as much drama. Again, I think she's a polarizing figure, and people are going to hate on her anyways. But as long as she continues to get better at her game, shine on this biggest stage, winning does cure everything, and performing does as well. So if she's getting, great numbers out there, shooting those logo threes, that is really good for the WNBA. You want more of that. So shout out to Diana Taurasi for just being classy with her comments. Hopefully that trend continues because we need more of that. It was really sad to see Caitlin the other day when she had a soundbite and she talked about how, nobody in the WNBA is giving her advice. She would love it. She's craving it, but no one wants to offer that to her. Probably because of jealousy, hatred towards her. And I think that's very immature. You want somebody to come in and put more people in the stands. And that's what's happening. She's drawing a lot of attention everywhere she goes. And that's what you want. You want to get paid more. You want the revenue to go up. Well, you got to make the money. And if she's bringing in that revenue, let her cook. Just let Caitlin be that star. Angel Reese deserves her credit as well. But come on. You got to know how a market works. If somebody's buying that product, you want to keep selling that product. It's common sense. So if I like what I'm seeing, I'm going to keep buying that over and over again. So if people want to come to the games to watch Caitlin Clark, don't get mad. That's just how it is right now. But it helps your league because now more people are getting familiarized with the players. And now they become fans of them. That's really how it works. So yeah, hopefully that continues. Love to hear your thoughts on what Taurasi had to say about Caitlin Clark after the game. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.